Welcome to your weekday Cup of the Word. We're here in chapter 5 of Job, and Eliphaz continues to talk with Job and try and point out, now Job, you need to understand, you've done something wrong. Now, he'll say here in chapter 5, Job, don't you be angry, because anger is going to get you in more trouble. Don't you be jealous of people who have good things, because if you're jealous of them, that'll get you in more trouble. That's what a fool does. And he continues to lay out this argument that, look, if you're with the schemers and you're with the bad people, you're going to make bad choices and you're going to get yourself in trouble. But you know, Job, what you really need to do is just trust in God and turn to Him. If you turn to God, Job, your life would be so much better and you wouldn't have problems like this. If you would just really stop being so proud and building your life and your heart on things of this earth instead of God, you turn out okay. Just put your trust in Him and all your problems will go away, Job. And of course, that whole argument is predicated on the idea that Job Job has turned his back on God, which is not true. No point has Job done that. But Eliphaz is making the argument that the only people that suffer are those who have turned their back on God. So since Job is suffering, he must have turned his back on God. And Eliphaz can't tell Job what he's done wrong. He can't point anything out. He's not seen him do anything wrong, but he just assumes, well, you must be a bad guy, I just don't know where. So Job, you start looking at yourself in the mirror, you start thinking about it, and you repent because God's disciplining you, Job. He's disciplining you, and if you'll listen to the discipline and be a good boy, then things will get better. Now the problem with this argument is that there is some truth in it. God does discipline those who He loves, and God does sometimes chasten us so that we'll become better people, so that we can learn some things that we don't know yet. But in this case, God isn't doing that. Not all suffering is chastening from God. In this case, you and I know the rest of the story. This is God using Job as an example of faithfulness. Job is an argument, an Exhibit A case in a gigantic spiritual battle between Satan and God. And the fact is Job hadn't done anything wrong at all. So we have to be aware that Eliphaz's argument, though it has a kernel of truth to it, is not a good argument. And so if he knew of something Job had done wrong, that might be one thing. But he doesn't know of anything, and there isn't anything. He's just simply saying there has to be. There has to be. You must be a bad guy, and nobody's figured it out, but God knows, and that's why He's disciplining you. So that's Eliphaz's argument here in chapter 4 and now here in chapter 5. That's your Daily Cup, and we'll see you tomorrow.